In the headlines, group protests rising oil theft in the country. SPE launches Clean Air Initiative. Shell confirms spill in Rivers community. Hello and welcome to Valuechain News. I am Naomi Oleribe. A group of youths have protested over the rising oil theft and pipeline vandalism in the country. They called on the government to, as a matter of urgency, tackle the menace as it is capable of bringing the nation on its knees. The protest, which took place earlier today at NNPC's headquarters entrance in Abuja, witnessed a cross-section of youths carrying placards with different inscriptions conveying their displeasure over how the government is unable to control the rising spate of oil theft in the country. The group, which is identified as Group Against Crude Oil Theft and Public Infrastructure Vandalism, spoke through their leader, Norbert Ikenna, on the need for the federal government to intensify action in curbing this economic crime that is affecting the country. The report. The Group Against Crude Oil Theft and Public Infrastructure Vandalism called on the government to take necessary actions against the perpetrators of these acts, as oil theft is currently affecting the entire oil and gas sector. They called on the NNPC, security personnel and the host communities to work together to bring an end to this menace.
All right, over time we have seen that the rate of crude oil theft in Nigeria is of high rate, and we deem it to ourselves to come around to sensitize the general public concerning this. More than 400,000 barrels of crude oil is being lost in Nigeria daily. In the first quarter of this year, NNPC, according to their statistics, they lose more than $1 billion in the first quarter of this year, and we stand here to say no to it.
That anyone that is caught should be arrested, prosecuted, and it will sound deterrent to others. So the bond is on the national assembly, because there is no law in Nigeria. If you go to the shore, go to Brass, go to Nebe, you see big ships all over there taking our good oil on daily basis, and these foreigners will just come to Nigeria and collect our good oil in collaboration with some people, bad eggs or Petrotric Nigeria that are collaborating with them.
In response, the NNPC head of security, Abba Kaka, who addressed the youths, appealed for calm as he assured that NNPC is putting measures in place to address the situation. In a bid to contribute to sustainable solution towards climate change discussions, the Society of Petroleum Engineers SPE Abuja section has called on important stakeholders and the public at large to put hands on deck to curb the greenhouse emission in order to protect the environment from the hazards that come with it. Researchers, captains of industries, as well as students gathered at the formal launch of the SPE Clean Air Initiative, organized by the Society of Petroleum Engineers in Abuja, to exchange ideas and highlight important steps to take to ensure that the climate is conducive for habitation. The report. In her opening speech, the chairman SPE Abuja section, Engineer Amina Mohammed Dan Madami, highlighted that the essence of the event is to contribute to the global discussions centered around sustainable climate management solution. She also emphasized that the event is geared towards raising advocacy program, community projects and research initiatives for better environment and well-being of the society.
This initiative intends to implement deliverables such as advocacy programs, community projects, research initiatives, thereby creating a synergy between the industry and the academia. In addition, this initiative also intends to plant at least 1,000 trees annually to support the provision of clean air in the society.
The chairman also called on the public to contribute in one way or the other in order to make the environment safer, cleaner and better for all. Also speaking, Salman Muftau, who is the spokesperson of the society, stated that it is part of the mandate of the SPE to raise initiatives that will be beneficial to the humankind, hence the idea behind the launch of SPE Clean Air Initiative.
Clean Air Initiative is an initiative of reducing greenhouse emission. You know, the sky is becoming hazardous for human beings. and it's part of the mandate of SPE to bring about initiative that will be of beneficial to the entire humankind.
Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria Limited has confirmed discharging 5 barrels of crude oil from the Trans-Niger Pipeline (TNP) in Bodo community in Gokana Council of Rivers State. The information was contained in a joint investigation visit JIV report signed by the host community, National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency (NOSTRA), the State Ministry of Environment and SPDC. In the report, the Shell's TNP discharged 98% water and 2% crude into Bodo due to the ongoing flushing of the TNP with residual crude oil of about 5 barrels. Confirming the development, spokesperson for Shell, Michael Adande, noted that the impact of the spill, both within and outside the SPDC JV right-of-way, was minimal since TNP has not transported crude oil since mid-June 2022, pointing out that the JIV report will soon be available on SPDC's oil spill site. The spill from the Bomuboni section of the SPDC JV's TNP in Bodo Gokana Council of Rivers State on 3rd August was largely water from the ongoing flushing of the TNP with residual crude oil of about 5 barrels as established by the signed report of the JIV led by regulators and involving representatives of the Rivers State Ministry of Environment and the community. Owing to the high level of theft, SPDC has not processed crude oil through the TNP since mid-June 2022. Cleanup of the impacted area and repair work on the pipeline are on the way, Adande stated. In Libya now, Libya's Minister of Oil and Gas, Mohamed Aoun, has disclosed that the agreement of maritime demarcation with Turkey gave Libya massive water space. He added that his ministry has sent a letter to the former chairman of the National Oil Corporation, NOC, Mustafa Sanala, to start drilling within the Libyan waters as per the agreement with Turkey, but he took no heed to it. Libya needs about 10 years for oil production to reach 3 million barrels per day. Libya has now discovered 29 oil locations and 12 gas ones, as per a study made by the ministry. The oil sector is facing problems that include hesitation of foreign companies to work in Libya, Aoun said, commenting on the proposal made by the embassies of several countries, including the United States, regarding the management of the revenues of Libyan oil. Aoun stated that talking about managing oil revenues was an attempt to have a foreign influence on the management of the Libyan state. In business now, the Nigerian Economic Summit Group (NESG) has said weak policies and interactable reforms, including poor public awareness of the nation's tax system, is hindering the realization of the full tax potentials of the country. NESG board member Frank Aibogun made the remarks last week at the NESG and the Federal Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning Pre-28 Nigerian Economic Summit event with the theme Critical Tax Reforms for Shared Prosperity. Aibogun stated that the introduction of a yearly Finance Act has supported tax legislation and encouraged policy implementation, which can be strengthened by addressing issues related to tax compliance, taxation and support of household and enterprises. He reiterated the need for a paradigm shift in Nigeria's tax processes. And now, let's have a look at oil prices and exchange rates today. The oil prices and exchange rates today wraps up our news for today. Ensure to follow us on all our social media platforms via Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to gain first access to all our news and updates. That's the news for today. I am Naomi Oleribe. Good evening.